We give you the one person who could play Victor Von Doom.
Robert Downey Jr.
Let's talk about it. Yeah, that is right. You saw it. He's back. Robert Downey Jr. is back playing Doctor Doom in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It was announced last night in Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con at the Marvel panel. Also at the Marvel panel, there was more trailer footage for Captain America Brave New World that was shown. Harrison Ford talked about doing the mocap. He just clearly did it for money, and that's so... And, like, I love that. I love that everyone just accepts that Harrison Ford does things for money and doesn't care. And we all just love that. I think that's really fun. So there was that. Another trailer for that. There was also a Thunderbolts trailer, and they all came out on stage. David Harbour in the full Red Guardian costume. I love David Harbour. I think Wyatt Russell was also talking about John Walker and like made it a point to be like, everyone hates him. I know. I know. What else was there? There was no mention of Blade because apparently making a cool movie where Mahershala Ali kills vampires with swords. Like, we can't have. We're not allowed nice things. Is what I'm hearing. What else was there? What else happened there at Hall H? There was some Deadpool stuff. No talk of any TV shows. It was all movies. You got D23 in next month. I think we'll get obviously some more stuff there. But the big news is that going forward, it will no longer be Avengers Kang Dynasty. It will be Avengers Doomsday. We're bringing back the Russo brothers to direct both Doomsday and Secret Wars, which I don't love. We'll get to that in a minute. And then they announced the casting of Doctor Doom, and it's Robert Downey Jr. And okay, so let's look at the positives first, because there are some positives here. I think this is a really interesting take. I think he's definitely capable enough to do this, as much as, you know, I think it's very clear that they cast Robert Downey Jr. to get people back in cinemas, because that's the issue. Clearly, it's clearly because Robert Downey Jr. is not there anymore, and not that these projects are being rushed out and aren't being made with love anymore. So I think it's as obvious as it is to me anyway that they kind of just brought him back so people will go to these movies and to get people talking about it. I do think he is obviously a very, very capable actor, and I think he will put in a performance that will shock and surprise quite a lot of people. I think there are worse people to have in this role, to be perfectly honest. I think he'll do a very good job, and I think he'll turn in a really, really good performance here. But it's weird because Doctor Doom never takes his mask off. So what is the point in this internal struggle when Thor has to fight Doctor Doom but he can only see Tony when he should have the mask on? I think obviously as well the big thing here is that it's not a Roma actor, and I know in my casting video I didn't cast a Roma actor, I know, but I'm also not a casting director, and like being Romani is such a huge part of his heritage, of the heritage of Doctor Doom. It's such a huge part of what makes that character who he is, and I just think so. There's that obviously. But I think my main issue here is it speaks to a lack of ambition from Marvel. It really speaks to a lack of ambition. To me, anyway. I think there is a very interesting version of this story where he is a sort of evil Tony Stark variant who becomes the Doctor Doom. And in all of the things online and all of the posts online, it was Tony Stark is Doctor Doom, Tony Stark is Doctor Doom, Tony Stark is Doctor Doom. And I watched back the reveal of it on like a longer video, the video I put at the start of this video, the clip I put at the start of this video. And one of the Russo brothers says, "We have the man to play Victor Von Doom." So there goes the theory, the thing I was kind of holding on to for this to maybe for there to be an interesting direction to take this. The way it looks like is the story of these last two movies is going to remain the same, except instead of Kang and the Council of Kang causing the multiverse to collapse in on itself, it's going to be, variants of Doom, essentially, with one Doom Prime. And then I guess Doom Prime eliminates every other Doom, and then it goes to Secret Wars and he becomes God Emperor Doom. And I like the idea of us, watching Tony Stark be the one who saves, looking and seeing Robert Downey Jr. be the one who saves everything and saves the universe at the end of Endgame, to then the Avengers and the Fantastic Four having to then fight the person that we associate with, the good guy of this universe. I think that's interesting for us as an audience, but narratively I don't find it incredibly interesting. I think if he's a variant of Tony Stark who becomes Doctor Doom, that is something. But if he's Victor Von Doom, it doesn't really move me, to be perfectly honest with you. I also think he's older than Pedro Pascal. I always want my Doom to be in and around the same ballpark age-wise as your Reed Richards. I think it's only that relationship is so interesting because they're contemporaries and were, in some stories like college roommates and friends at college and things like that. It loses that sort of personal stake in it. It loses, loses stuff like that. Like I say, I think it speaks to a real lack of ambition for Marvel that they've just went, let's bring back Robert Downey Jr. to play Doom because we know he's reliable and we know how much he loves this franchise and how much he's given to this franchise and how much he helped this become the multimedia juggernaut that it is. I get that, but I don't see what makes this particularly interesting right now. I don't get it. If he's a Stark variant, that's fun. If he's just Victor Von Doom, what's the point? Apparently all the Fantastic Four footage that was shown, I think it's just sort of like test footage and everyone in their costumes, and it's them just fucking around on set and things like that. Apparently that was all really fun, so that'll be good. I still don't love it. I still think, I don't know. I hope they pull a bait and switch and Doom Prime is the one who becomes God Emperor Doom, or there's a Doom Prime we have a Doom going forward that isn't RDJ for the next saga, the Mutant Saga. Because I think if you want these characters that we're now setting up in the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom and eventually the X-Men to kind of be the faces of this going forward, it's going to become very, very clear the age difference between Pedro Pascal and Robert Downey Jr. when we get another, say, 10 years into this. One thing, I think the thing that's the most offensive for me is bringing the Russo brothers back, because the thing I really don't like about the Russo brothers being back is I watched The Grey Man and I didn't like The Grey Man. I thought it was dog shit. I didn't even finish it. I turned it off. I thought it was absolutely dog shit. And the Russo brothers are they're just fucking dorks, man. I don't find them particularly likable. I think they're just two fucking nerds, and not like, oh yeah, you want nerds running around. I just mean I want to stuff both of these dudes in lockers. To me, they're just unlikable people. I don't like them. I just don't like them. That's fair enough. But I think with the things that they said and things like, oh, we want to be the directors who direct the first movie that AI entirely writes the script for, and things like that. These are fucking nerds. And the idea that Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars were originally in the hands of Ryan Coogler and Destin Daniel Cretton, who have made some, I really like, the Black Panther movie also, but I also really, really like Shang-Chi. And I think having them and their sort of visions on it going forward, it just would have been very interesting. I guess this kind of marks them as like the Avengers directors, and that's kind of fair. There's not much that can be done like direction wise in terms of like, especially in a movie that big when so much of it is like already being planned out through previs and stuff like that. I don't know. I would have liked to have seen what a different director and one who's more sort of involved on a writing level like a Ryan Coogler, and one who's more sort of involved in like, I don't. That's the thing with their movies. Their movies don't have like a heart, with the exception of Winter Soldier. Like none of their movies like have a real like heart or a tone. You know, they like. For me, the best superhero movies are genre movies, not just the genre of superhero. That's why I think films like Guardians of the Galaxy work so well. That's why I think The Winter Soldier works really well. I know I was talking shit, but I think Winter Soldier is the best genre movie in the MCU. You know what I mean? Like in terms of going down. But I think every superhero movie should like have a certain like. I just think if you make the genre superhero, it loses charm, and that's kind of what they feel like to me. They make superhero movies. They don't make movies about superheroes that are something else, with the exception of Winter Soldier. Like Civil War is just like a superhero action movie. Infinity War and Endgame are too, and I love those movies. But I think it's like there's no real heart to them because of the scope of them, if that makes sense. So maybe I get it in the sense of like you maybe don't want to bring in someone like a Coogler who has such a like a definite style, but I don't know. This does open the door to Ryan Coogler doing the Michael B. Jordan Superman Elseworld movie that Michael B. Jordan wants so bad. And I was talking about that the other day, and I was like, "Oh, San Diego Comic-Con's coming up. Hopefully, we get more news about the new Avengers movies and stuff like that." Which in my mind, I'm like, it's still a Ryan Coogler movie. And I was like, it's a shame we'll probably never get that Michael B. Jordan Superman movie with Ryan Coogler because he's tied up with Avengers. And then I said out loud, what if Michael B. Jordan just directed it and we cast Winston Duke? And now, I want that. And now I've been told that we can have Ryan Coogler directing a Superman movie with Michael B. Jordan again. So not only have the Russo brothers coming back just like upset me on a personal level because they're fucking nerds, they've also now got me conflicted because I don't know if I would rather watch Michael B. Jordan or Winston Duke as Superman. You know? I would rather watch Winston Duke as Superman. The thing that also screams to me is this just kind of screams that Marvel have lost trust in their up-and-coming directors, the directors that they kind of put their faith in. Like, I think, to me, I mentioned it in the fan casting video I did with Ewan for the X-Men, I think Nia DaCosta would be an incredible shout to take charge of the X-Men, and Marvel love sort of promoting in-house. But to me, this now kind of feels like they're going to Addison Daniel Cretton and to Ryan Coogler and going, you guys just don't have the memories for this. We're going to get the guys who did it before, because the reason that people don't like Marvel anymore is because reasons, and it looks like they're going to basically gaslight themselves into believing that it's not their fault and take away these opportunities from younger, more exciting, and in my opinion better and more deserving directors. I think it'll be good. I've seen a lot of people being like, I've seen a lot of people shitting on it, and there is like many good reasons to. Like, I think probably number one is just being that it's not a Romani actor, it's Robert Downey Jr. and it's like, and also the emotional weight of like Thor trying to kill Tony when it's Doom is like fine, but then also why would Doom have his mask off? Oh, the more I say these things out loud, the more upset I get. I think it'll be fun though. Like, I think it'll be good. I think he'll be good. But I don't want him to be Prime. I don't want to be Doom Prime. I don't want him being Doom for the next 15 years. Like, I think, oh my god. I don't fucking know. That's what you come here for. You come here for my opinions, and my opinion is that I don't know. Like I said, I was much more high on this before I heard Joe or Anthony Russo say that he's Victor Von Doom. I feel like I'm just repeating myself. Have I had an original thought in like 5 minutes? I don't think I have. Have I? I don't think I've had an original thought since like 2016, to be perfectly honest with you. But I'm not going to shit on it. I am excited. But I also am like upset at what this has taken away. I think that's the main thing here. Is I think this will be good, and this will be good, and this could be great. But to me, all of the things that this announcement has replaced are more interesting than this, to me at least. So, yeah, I don't know. I like Robert Downey Jr. I don't like the Russo brothers. I'm excited for Fantastic Four. I'm excited for Thunderbolts. I'm excited for Captain America Brave New World. I'm excited to go and look and see what DC did at their panel. I think there's like another trailer for Penguin with Colin Farrell, which I'm very excited for. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. That was a ramble. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I was planning on recording a spoiler-free Deadpool and Wolverine video review today, and then probably the next week, doing a sort of longer, more in-depth, spoiler-full Deadpool and Wolverine review. I'll probably go and see it again before I do that. But yeah, the big takeaway here is that I don't know and I have no thoughts. Thanks for watching.